there is a world where nature still hides some of her most beautiful secrets. A notch in the Earth's crust between Africa, Asia, and Europe. The Mediterranean.
She is my own.
15,000 islands surrounded by crystal clear water. A deep sea where extraordinary wildlife reigns. Waters so blue, they attract visitors from all over the world. This sea has witnessed the birth of civilizations, the first cities, the first seafarers. No natural space has been so affected by the presence of mankind. How do they adapt to us? How do they succeed in giving birth, raising their young, growing up, finding a mate, pushing beyond their limits, conquering new territories? Under attack on all fronts, how can this remarkable sea withstand this pressure? Can she heal her wounds? Can she regenerate?
She lies and rolls.
These are the incredible stories of the living beings in the Mediterranean today. It's September. On the south coast of France, a great traveler is making her way. She's a loggerhead turtle. In the great family of sea turtles, the loggerhead is the most Mediterranean of them all. This young female is 25 years old and is suddenly undergoing a transformation. Inside her body, a biological clock has just gone off. From the other end of the Mediterranean, a powerful urge calls to her for the very first time. Turtle heads south. She's leaving the French coast for the open sea. She must return to the place she was born. Crossing almost the entire Mediterranean, an odyssey of 4,000 kilometers. Her destination is Kyparissia, a beach in Greece. Six exhausting months through perilous waters. If all goes well, she will be there just in time for the most important task of her life: giving birth. But how can she find this place 25 years after leaving it? To navigate, Turtle uses all her sensory abilities. Her powerful sense of smell allows her to analyze the scents of the currents and the coastlines. Thanks to her taste, she has memorized the different types of water in each place she has been through. she has another incredible ability, an acute sense of the Earth's magnetic field. As if equipped with GPS, she knows her precise location on the planet at any given moment. This sensory toolkit allows her to remember all the places she has been in her entire life, as if on a map. She can set her course towards whichever place she chooses, just from her memory. And yet, she isn't connected to any satellite. South of the Mediterranean is the largest desert in the world, the Sahara. Thousands of white storks are traveling through. Having spent the winter in Mali, they are returning to Europe for the summer. A dangerous journey they make every year. But for this young male, it's the first time. He follows his elders. They know the way. The young male is still single and only has one thing in mind: meeting a female to spend the rest of his life with. The goal at the end of this journey is to start a family. Most migratory birds travel at night in the cooler, calmer conditions. Storks, however, only travel during the day. For their large bodies to glide through the skies, they need the help of a natural elevator: hot air. After 5,000 kilometers of sand dunes, there is now a new obstacle to cross: the sea. The Mediterranean and the famous Strait of Gibraltar. Here, in the north of Morocco, is the shortest crossing between Africa and Europe. 14 kilometers to reach Spain. The young male doesn't know how to tackle it. You can't fly over water. There's no lift. The air isn't heated. If he touches the water, it's certain death. So he waits for the others to show him the way. Storks travel across continents to find a mate, while others cross the ocean. The middle of the Atlantic. Bluefin tuna are arriving from all over the ocean. They gather in their thousands and all set off for the same destination: the Mediterranean. An army of 3,000 in peak condition. Colossal fish measuring up to 3 meters and over 600 kilograms. They cut through the water at 70 kilometers an hour. They speed on day and night, even while they sleep. It's their last meal before the most decisive moment of their lives. Here we go again, all together towards the promised land. But why the Mediterranean? They must breed where they were born. So it has been since the dawn of time. they will make a journey of thousands of kilometers towards their final destination, the Balearic Islands. The first dangerous stage is to pass through the gateway to the Mediterranean, the Strait of Gibraltar. On the Moroccan coast, the young stork is waiting for a signal from the more experienced adults. They are taking off. It's time for him to go. The warm air rises from the ground. It lifts him higher as he turns. A thermal elevator. His wings span 2 meters. The feathers at their tips spread out like fingers and feel the invisible thermals. They guide him in the wind. The plan is to rise as high as possible above the coast, up to 1,000 meters. They are high enough now. Their crossing can begin. They glide to the other shore. The great descent towards Spain. This feat can only be pulled off in certain conditions. Strong sunshine with no wind. Some have been waiting for weeks to cross. The young male senses his altitude dropping dangerously. The sea is getting closer and closer. He's using all his energy to keep himself aloft. Land, at last. He made it. First stop for all travelers, Doñana National Park. The largest wetland in Spain, irrigated by the estuary of the Guadalquivir River. Food here is plentiful, and so are potential mates. The young male can now move on to his most important project. Meeting a female, forming a couple, having chicks. But for storks, there is one condition for getting any female's attention. You must have a nest. Knowing that a presentable nest takes years to make, the young male is looking for a second-hand one. That one? Nope, already taken. How about this one? That one's taken too. They are all occupied and well guarded. In this area, there aren't any free spaces left. A few kilometers away, in the middle of the strait, the 3,000 tuna are crossing the pass. They split into 2 groups. The northern group chooses to follow the coastline. But But there is an unexpected obstacle in their path. A never-ending barrier. The second group is heading through the middle of the strait, where the sentries are posted. A family of orcas. They will take their share. The northern group can't find the way out. The trap is closing in on them. There's no escape. They were too close to the Spanish coast. $300 tuna less. They won't have any offspring. The middle group is still en route. Most of the troops were able to pass through. Now they head for the Balearic Islands. The young male still hasn't found a free nest. His exploration leads him north. After Andalusia is the region of Extremadura, the lookout point of Los Barrecos. Perched on top are several very old nests, but even those are occupied. Trujillo, a pretty, calm, little town. Will there be any available spots here? How about here? The neighbors seem nice. Oh no, this rotten old nest won't do. The young male has finally found a smart little nest. Unfortunately, the weather vane is in the way. No matter, this nest is fantastic. Surely the females will love it. He waits. Days go by. No females show up. Is it the weather vane? Or is the town too quiet? Everyone here is old. After a week without a single visit, the young male decides to move. Special structures have been built here for storks, poles fitted out for families. young male attempts to take a nest by force. But he is much too young to challenge the grown-ups. What about that one? Don't even think about it. Growing up and making your way in life is never easy. You must fight and not lose hope. Keep trying, again and again. On his way, he finds an unexpected food source. It won't make him sick. A stork's stomach is so resistant it can digest almost anything. This landfill site has become a daily buffet for a group of storks. They completely change their way of life. They have food all year round and no longer make the great voyage to Africa. They have settled. The world is changing. So are the storks. The young male has other concerns right now. Has he learned from his failures? He has lowered his ambitions somewhat. He is ready to start from scratch, find a spot, and build his own nest himself. After swimming for 10 days and covering 350 kilometers, Turtle is making her first stop, Corsica. She is at the coast again, where she can find food. After a week in the open sea with nothing to eat, she has the appetite of a whale. She loves the sponges she dislodges from the rocks and the shellfish that she can smell beneath the sand. After lunch, a little siesta in the sunshine. Bringing her body temperature back up to the right level. Fully charged, she's off again. Turtle leaves Corsica and turns towards the Italian coast and the Ligurian current that will carry her south. In the Mediterranean, turtles face no dangers from nature. Well, almost none. Her weak point, the most vulnerable part of her armor, is her stomach. Normally, sharks won't dare, but better safe than sorry. There is another danger that Turtle has learned to overcome. It looks like a jellyfish, but isn't. They are not for eating. She has known that for a long time. In the past, she only encountered them here and there along the coast. But recently, they have appeared in large shoals. A plastic vortex in the open sea. The equivalent of 34,000 plastic bottles ends up in the Mediterranean every minute. Turtle doesn't know it. She's living it. While she may know the difference between a plastic bag and a jellyfish, others sometimes get it wrong. This young male has already swallowed too much plastic. And now he has gas in his intestines. He can no longer dive. He bobs on the surface like a cork. There's nothing she can do. He won't get out of this one. Nothing stops Turtle. She is possessed by an overpowering urge. The desire to breed. The tuna have reached their final destination, the Balearic Archipelago. Beautiful sheltered bays, perfect temperature. It's paradise for the bluefin tuna. Here, they will carry out their greatest mission. Waiting for the full moon and their night of fertility. This is the moment. The big night for bluefin tuna. There is excitement in the water. The females have swollen bellies full of eggs. They release tens of millions. The males fertilize those eggs with their semen. They beat their tails to mix everything together. A nocturnal ballet creating life. They will hatch hundreds of billions of larvae. But only 1 in a million will reach adulthood. This is the bluefin tuna's home. They have no natural predator here. But a formidable enemy is watching them very closely. An armada of boats follows their every movement with powerful sonars. On the very day of their mating, they are caught in a gigantic net called a purse seine. "2,000 tuna, betrayed by their instincts. These lords of the sea are transferred to fish farms. They are fed before becoming food themselves. "3,000 of them entered the Mediterranean. Now, there are only 300. These few escapees have avoided all the traps, but they were able to mate and produce the next generation. All that is left for them to do is pass through the Strait of Gibraltar once more, back to the Atlantic. Because of overfishing, bluefin tuna almost disappeared from the Mediterranean in the 2000s. But the situation is improving. Thanks to quotas that limit catches, they have been able to reproduce abundantly. We have avoided the collapse of their population, for now. The young male is now looking for a modest site to build his nest. He has found a work of art he likes. The top is taken, the higher floors too, but the mezzanine looks vacant. It's bare, but at least it's available. The dorm is on the second floor. On the third, a studio for amorous stopovers. The penthouse has a stunning view, but it's too windy. Mezzanine isn't so bad after all. And the bonus is that the branches are within easy reach. There is still a lot of work to do to make the nest worthy of its name. But all of a sudden, the young male has a visitor. A little customary clattering. If she responds, that is a good first step. Success. She's interested. The young male insists, checking, making sure, sealing the bond. The next step is hers to take. In that moment, the young male knows he has reached the end of his voyage. His project has succeeded after so many missteps. He can hope to couple up and be sitting on some eggs within a fortnight. They will learn to live together, and in a few years, they will have the most beautiful nest in Extremadura. Turtle has been traveling for 3 weeks. She's now heading south. She has reached the Italian coast. Here, the mountains plunge steeply into the sea. One of the problems of this coast is that there is nothing to eat. The strip of coastline is too narrow. Turtle knows she can try her luck in these places where humans live. The ports are stocked with untapped riches. But Turtle doesn't know she has entered someone else's territory. A huge male jealously guarding his goods. he doesn't want to share. Fishermen are not the turtle's enemies, but their equipment claims many victims. The most dangerous are the ghost nets. These unowned traps can drift for many years. Thanks to the currents, Turtle has made quick progress along the Italian coast. She now makes a remarkable decision. Instead of navigating around Sicily, she heads south, directly towards the Strait of Messina. How does she know that by taking this corridor, she is saving herself hundreds of kilometers? The strait is incredibly dangerous. Intense maritime traffic, fishing boats in the hundreds. The cold waters in this deep strait are very rich in plankton, and also in prey for turtles. Jellyfish, her favorite meal. Turtles play an important role in controlling the population of jellyfish. After the Strait of Messina, she turns east. She must cross the Adriatic Sea. Turtle continues non-stop towards the Greek shore. It's March. She has already traveled 3,000 kilometers. She is not the only one. The mating season has begun. Hundreds and thousands of them come here every year. Turtle has come to the end of her journey after 6 months of migration. She has reached her destination, the island of Zakynthos. The rise in temperature and daylight are waking their reproductive instincts. The males have gathered near the shore. The females are arriving from the sea. Now it's time to meet a partner. There are lots of males that want to mate with her. Turtle approves. She is able to fertilize her eggs with several partners' sperm. She will have babies with many different biological fathers, and a higher probability of strong lineage. Pretty clever. In the natural world, it's normally the mother that gives birth. Except in one unusual family, who takes a different approach. Have the father bear the offspring. This is the strange story of the male seahorse's pregnancy. Seahorse is a fish with the head of a horse. He has 2 little dorsal fins that propel him forwards, and 2 others behind his head to adjust his course. A mouth with no teeth to gulp down shrimp. But not the shells. Today, Seahorse isn't looking for food. He has a romantic rendezvous. He is waiting for a female he has been getting to know. A private meeting with absolute discretion. After a few intimate exchanges, she lays her eggs in the male's belly. This romance takes place in the Tau Lagoon, a small sheltered inland sea in southern France. Men have farmed shellfish on ropes here for the last 100 years. Seahorses take advantage of the calm, warm, shallow waters to breed here. Seahorse is pregnant. He's gotten really big, with all the discomfort and irritation that brings. 2 weeks have passed since they mated. He's looking for a quiet spot. He's going into labor. The first contractions. This is it. Dad is giving birth. Hundreds of little ones. A mother-father. It's one of nature's most remarkable oddities. The babies will begin their lives alone, without their parents' help. The father won't have time to rest. Mother has another batch ready and is eager to go again. He will be continuously pregnant until the end of summer. Turtle is now ready for the final challenge. She has reached Kibaricia, the place where she was born 25 years ago. The scenery has changed a bit. She needs to go a little further. turtle has to haul herself out of her normal environment. She strains to drag her 150 kilograms across the sand. On land, it's hell. Not to mention all the egg thieves on the prowl. Why must she inflict this punishment on herself? It's a legacy of the distant past, when her ancestors lived on the land. She digs into the sand to bury her eggs as deep as she can. Hiding her treasure so no one can find it. They can always see where she lays her eggs. But she has a trick for the thieves. She leaves around 100 eggs in the sand that will hatch in 50 days. She's finished her task as a mother. Turtle has actually laid her eggs 3 meters away from the place where she dug her hole. The dogs can search all they like. Turtles haven't changed their nesting sites for millions of years. Today, these places are beaches prized by huge numbers of tourists who pose a threat to the survival of the eggs. Some men and women have woken up to the fragility of the turtle's existence. These young volunteers recognize the necessity to protect nature. Every year, they come in their hundreds from all over Europe. They are here with an organization that has been successfully protecting turtles for the last 30 years. Aquilon. Across the Mediterranean, the number of nesting sites has significantly increased. That's great news. Turtle leaves behind hundreds of future lives. She's betting on the fact that at least some of them will survive to carry on the species. And it works. Turtles have withstood every disaster since the age of the dinosaurs. They are still here.
She is my own.
Under the sand, in the nest, and in the currents, new life is being born everywhere. What will become of all these little ones? And what role can we play in the epic journey of life?